all walks of life have thrown their weights behind Governor Ocho's renewed push for the reclaiming of the state, as it faulted the decision of the Supreme Court in declaring the state as a non-literal state and stripping her of its oil-producing status. It disclosed that the state utilizes all possible measures through scientific and environmental evidence to reclaim its resources for the advancement of the state.
And some of those things that determine destinies are the journeys of life. We have come to a position which politics is not too important, but coming together in terms of unity to achieve and set a proper foundation for our state. Any person that comes into Nigeria through the gulf of Guinea must prosper first before he reaches Akwa Ibom. So who says that we are non-literal? We are literal states. People who blame the Supreme Court, I do not blame them, because they passed judgment on the facts that were presented before them. But those facts were wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, coordinates don't lie. If you like, fly to the North Pole, the South Pole, coordinates are constant. Akwa Ibom is 25 nautical miles away from Cameroon. Now we have oil wells that has traveled along this line, which is a natural scientific occurrence. But Akwa Ibom cannot access those oil wells except we are listed as a state. Now what Crooks did was to move on the other side and start digging horizontal. They've been taking our well, taking our oil. But they are not going scot-free, because what is good in oil is that when once you present your data, you go to the arbitration university, they will tell you, say, look, you are taking so from the oil wells. This reservoir straddles, pay back to Brussels. And we are ready to prove it to any length. Data do not lie. These are scientific constants that you cannot change. So if before we had accepted the position, we can no longer accept it. There's no reason why we should sacrifice our land, sacrifice our assets, for the country to be in peace. And then what we get in turn for that is you come and take our oil wells and give to somebody who we don't have any problem with. Because some people play some cultural action. So those things don't last forever. There's some regimes that can tolerate it, I can't tolerate it.
I want to say this unequivocally, that this governor is an epic man. I'm saying this because I have followed the trajectory, and the high point of it is the issue of the oil wells. The day is going to crystallize. That day is the beginning of a new Cross River. And all we can do for you is to give you practical support and pray that we succeed.
I would like to start by commending His Excellency the Governor of Cross River State for his dogged and unrelenting efforts in the recovery of our oil resources. This is coming on the back of decades unjust ceding of the Bakassi Peninsula territory to Cameroon and the loss of the oil wells as a consequence. Your Excellency, on behalf of Cross Riverians home and abroad, we say thank you very much.
Now, some residents in the state also expressed their support for the moves and are confident that the reallocation of the disputed oil wells will strengthen more infrastructural development, boost security architecture, and improve capital projects in the coming years.
It was as if all these years we didn't have someone who is a governor that had interest in this oil well issues. But on the inauguration of Senator Prince Bassey Otu, he spoke passionately that Cross River State will return to its glory days, and we can see it in action, most especially concerning these oil well issues. On the social media space, you see that Cross Riverians are very excited. At this point in time, whether opposition or no opposition, all of us are unanimously saying that the governor has done well.
So we have to
Cross River's oil producing status was significantly affected after the 2002 judgment of the International Court of Justice, which ceded the Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon. Following the loss of Bakassi and subsequent boundary adjustments by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, several offshore oil wells previously attributed to Cross River were reassigned to Akwa Ibom. Let's still stay with Cross River because a state high court over there sitting in Calabar has convicted and sentenced Uduak Etim Udo, a 39-year-old man, to life imprisonment for raping an 8-year-old girl. Honorable Justice Blessing Egu of the State High Court made the conviction after a cross-examination of all evidence provided by the defendant and her legal counsel, putting an end to the trial, which lasted for 11 months. His conviction was secured by Basic Rights Council Initiative, BRCI, a non-governmental organization which promotes and protects the fundamental rights of children and indigent women. Reacting to the judgment, Principal Counsel of Basic Rights Council Initiative, James Ibo Esquire, said the outcome shows that justice will always prevail when institutions carry out their obligated duties without compromise. He commended the efforts of the Senate of the State's Commissioner of Police, CP Rashid Afegwa, Attorney General Ededem Ani, and the DPP Okoy Ukam for their commitment to safeguard the future of our children. He said the judgment is important because it reflects the work of individuals who refused to overlook a child's suffering but ensured the law took its course. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll be joining someone to discuss with us on the happenings that took place in Benin City yesterday. Stay with us.
Is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives.
All right, welcome back from that break. And before we went on the break, we said we'll be joining a guest via Zoom, and of course to discuss with us what transpired in Edo State, Benin City to be precise, yesterday. And we have via Zoom right now ADC member. His name is Egedebe Sunday. Sorry for pronouncing your name that way. Egedebe Sunday. Yes, Egedebe Sunday. Good afternoon to you, wherever you're listening from.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
The way I pronounce your name.
My name is Comrade Egedebe Sunday.
You're welcome to the program this afternoon.
Thank you.
The business of the day. Yesterday, Tuesday, in Benin City, we followed what happened. We saw what happened in Benin City. Can you can you tell us exactly from your angle what really transpired?
Well, I cannot tell you what transpired because I don't know what transpired, but it is an eyesore. Every areas and every word have seen that, I've saw that the people have compromised. So that is what is there. Because you don't expect, a member or a group of people of the same political party, to do such damage and harm to his own party. So what am I trying to say is that,
Comrade Sunday, you use the word compromised. I want to understand that word. Can you be explicit enough for me to understand when you say compromised?
let me use the word that a group of people come together, group of people come together to cause that damage in Edo State at the ADC State Secretariat. As if it was not enough, they went to the former governor of Edo State House, where Peter Obi and some other leaders of the party were. And then they were inside. These hoodlums, or this gang, how do I call them? These criminals begin to shoot guns, begin to destroy cars outside. If you watch the video very well, you can see bullets on the gate. So it is for God that these people were still inside. It's not what we are saying today we should have been saying. So it is very, very bad. It is very, very bad. It is very
the reports we are having from different quarters, especially credited to the governor of Edo State, he said that there is every possibility that whatever happened yesterday was as a result of internal crisis from your party, ADC. Is that true?
That is why I started, I know you are coming up with this question. I started by saying that ADC members to cause the same damage to his own party. So if he said that, well, everybody have his own opinion, everybody can say, oh, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
But I don't see that. I'm with you now. I can hear you now. So what I'm saying is that anybody can say whatever he wishes to defend, maybe his party or what have you. But me, I'm not saying categorically now that it is being done by one party or the other. But we all know that before these people come there to cause that damage, they must have been instigated by some group of people. That is where I'm going. So people or the youth or criminals or whatever they call them cannot just leave their house that maybe there's a hatred they have for the ADC. Because of that, they will go and destroy their property and start to kill people or what have you. No, there are people that send them. So we are saying that the security agency should do their work. They should be able to fish out this set of people and
that's the angle. Thank God you just took us to that particular angle. That's the angle I want us to go to now, because it was also credited from your party. I saw a video of one of the spokesperson for the ADC from the national level, Ken Okonkwo, last night, talking about, this issue has been reported to the police. Can you give us a detailed information about what has been so far after the incidents? What has been so far?
You know, I am speaking. I am from Edo State. I'm a native of Edo State. I am not. I am not there. I was not on ground when the incident happened. I don't, wait. Yes. Yes. The information concerning the security agency is yet to be known because I have not gotten information as regard that. As regard to that very security issues, I'm not saying that if they have not done it, the security should be able to start their job. If we were to be other issues,
because of time, I will ask you this question. What's the way forward for ADC as a political party in Edo State, and in relation to what has just happened? What's the way forward?
I will only advise our people that the way forward now to not take it where we are taking it in, because we all understand, we are seeing, we are not even little children what is going on right now. It's as if they never want our political party to thrive in Nigeria.
And when you say they don't, who are the they that don't want the other political party to thrive?
We have a lot of political parties. So we know we know, even you know where the problem is coming. Yes, we know the people are there. Look at what is happening. Look at what happened in the and the local government election that just happened recent. Well, you know it. What happened in Abuja, FCT? What happened in Kano? What happened in Rivers State? Have we not seen it? Is that the way a democracy should work?
Okay, that should be a pointer. I think that should be a pointer for your political party and the opposition to put their house in order going into the 2027 election. Lastly, let me ask you, the ADC in Edo State, honestly, as a card-carrying member of the party, would you say that it is a unified force? Are you guys together? Is there any wrangling within the party, or the party is united?
As far as I'm concerned, ADC in the state are together. There have never been any crisis. Even if there are misunderstanding, just like husband and wife are two, we don't have any issue. As far as the concerned, there is no issue. So there's no crisis there.
All right, Comrade Sunday, it's a pleasure speaking with you today. So good to have your thoughts and your say on the political situation in Edo State as it relates to your party, the ADC. Thank you so much. All right, that was a member of ADC in Edo State having a chat with us about what happened in Benin City from when they returned from the ADC secretariat in Benin City. We all know the story of how gunmen attacked, the ADC politicians and the crowd in Benin City. Let's continue with the TVM's news update. Right now, we'll let you know that from Cross River State, a senator representing the Southern Senatorial District of that state, distinguished Senator Asukwo Ekpeyong, has announced an educational support to members of the constituency to boost educational advancement in the region. In a statement signed by his senior legislative aide, Mr. Ted Young, the lawmaker disclosed that 1,032 students across various tertiary institutions were captured and a monetary commitment of 110,000 naira disbursed to them to sort basic academic requirements. He further encouraged them to pay full concentration to their studies in order to become more productive and valuable to the constituency, state, and nation at large. He promised that his team will continue to offer support to worthy causes as well as performing the legislative duties on making laws that will make impact on lives. We'll still stay with Cross River State because the senator. Can we move to the next story, please? All right, I think we'll have to go for a break right now. When we return, we'll continue with some other national stories. Stay with us.
Welcome to Dursag Engineering and Services Limited. A trusted name in the oil and gas industry, proudly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since the year 2000. We hold several specialized permits with the Department of Petroleum Resources, are accredited with service and product codes by NIPEX, certified by Dun & Bradstreet, and proudly ISO 9001:2015 certified. Our head office is strategically located at 43 Airport Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. At Dursag, our areas of expertise cut across critical sectors, including manpower sourcing and supply, both local and highly trained expatriate personnel, engineering services across civil, electrical, instrumentation, and mechanical works, construction and fabrication works, specialized procurement and supply, operations and maintenance services, and integrated marine services, delivering supply boats, crew boats, tugboats, barges, houseboats, and speed boats. We are proud partners to some of the industry's leading players, including NNPC and its subsidiaries, Seplat Petroleum, First Hydrocarbon Nigeria Limited, ND Western, Saipem Contracting Nigeria Limited, and Lee Engineering and Construction, among others. Over the years, we have successfully executed manpower, EPC, and marine support projects with a strong record of excellence. At Dursag Engineering, we are committed to quality, safety, and timely delivery, ensuring that every project meets and exceeds expectations. Dursag Engineering and Services Limited, your trusted partner in delivering world-class engineering and energy solutions. Welcome to Dursag Engineering and Services Limited.
Welcome back from that break. Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned the case against the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, to April 23 for arraignment. A 3-count charge was filed against him by the DSS over the alleged unlawful interception of communications following comments he made during a television interview. The court had earlier fixed February 25 for the former governor's arraignment. The former governor was absent during Wednesday's proceedings. Oluwole Aladedoyin, the counsel for the DSS, informed the court that El-Rufai is still in the custody of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), where he is undergoing investigation for alleged misappropriation of funds. He said that the DSS has no control over the sister agency and requested an adjournment to March 23. El-Rufai, who was to be docked for his plea of guilty or not guilty over his alleged complicity in cyber crimes, Breach of Communications Act, was not in court when the federal government's case against him was called. As a result, the judge was prompted to adjourn the case to April 23 for arraignment. And now the big one that occurred yesterday. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, on Tuesday resigned from office, paving the way for the appointment of Assistant Inspector General of Police Tunji Disu as the new police boss ahead of the 2027 general elections. Disu, who was promoted to the rank of AIG in March 2025, is expected to take over from Egbetokun, who was appointed by the President on June 19, 2023. The IG's continued stay in office sparked widespread controversy in 2024 after Egbetokun officially reached the mandatory retirement age of 60 on September 4. However, his stay in office was extended following the amendment to the Police Act. According to reports, the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, confirmed that Egbetokun resigned his appointment, citing family issues that require his undivided attention. The reports also cited the Special Advisor to have disclosed that the former IG submitted his resignation letter on Tuesday. President Tinubu accepted Egbetokun's resignation and appointed AIG Disu as acting Inspector General of Police with immediate effect ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, a State House statement on Tuesday by Onanuga said Egbetokun submitted his resignation letter citing family considerations. The statement reads, and I quote, citing the current security challenges confronting the country and acting in accordance with extant laws and legal guidance, the President approved the appointment of Disu in an acting capacity. The President is confident that AIG Disu's experience, operational depth, and demonstrated leadership capacity will provide steady and focused attention for the Nigerian police force during this critical period. In compliance with the provisions of the Police Act 2020, President Tinubu will convene a meeting of the Nigerian Police Council shortly to formally consider the appointment of AIG Disu as substantive Inspector General of Police, after which his name will be transmitted to the state for confirmation. The President reiterates his administration's unwavering commitment to enhancing national security, strengthening institutional capacity, and ensuring that the Nigerian police force remains professional, accountable, and fully equipped to discharge its constitutional responsibilities. End of quote. Disu served as Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department, ANEX, in Alagbon, Lagos, a position he assumed in February 2026. A position he headed the Special Protection Unit at the Force Headquarters in Abuja from March 2025 to February 2026. He also served as Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory Police Command from October 2024 to March 2025, and at the Rivers State Police Command from November 2023 to October 2024. He led the Intelligence Response Team as Deputy Commissioner of Police and also served as DCP Admin Operations at Force Headquarters. Between 2015 and 2021, Disu was the commander of the Rapid Response Squad in Lagos. Now, in a move that signals growing confidence in the nation's disinflation path, the Central Bank of Nigeria has trimmed its benchmark interest rate for the second time in 6 months. Now, following the conclusion of the 304th MPC meeting in Abuja on Tuesday, February 24, Governor Olayemi Cardoso announced a 50 basis point reduction, bringing the monetary policy rate down to 26.5%. The decision comes as headline inflation continues its steady retreat, hitting a multi-year low of 15.1% in January. Governor Cardoso noted that the lagged effects of previous aggressive tightening are now firmly taking hold, allowing the bank to pivot toward supporting economic growth and lowering borrowing costs for businesses. However, the foreign exchange market reacted swiftly to the news of lower rates. The Naira experienced a slight retreat, sliding to 1,359 Naira against the US dollar in the official market, official window, down from the 1,340 Naira range seen earlier in the week. Analysts suggest this knee-jerk reaction is typical when interest rates are cut as investors recalibrate their yields on Naira-dominated assets. Despite the slide, the CBN remains bullish. With external reserves at 13-year high of over $50 billion, the bank maintains it has sufficient firepower to manage volatility. Finance Minister Wole Edun has also lauded the move, stating it provides much-needed fiscal space for infrastructure and energy investments. And now to some foreign news. Pope Leo will visit 4 countries across Africa from April 13 to 23, the Vatican announced on Wednesday, with the pontiff making his first major overseas trip in 2026 to Africa, where the Catholic Church is growing fastest. The Pope will also make a one-day visit on March 28 to Monaco, the microstate on the French Riviera, and will visit Spain from June 6 to 12, according to the Vatican. In Africa, Leo will visit Algeria, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, and Cameroon. He is expected to draw large crowds, urge world leaders to support development on the continent, and highlight efforts at Catholic-Muslim dialogue. Leo has made only one overseas trip so far, visiting Turkey and Lebanon in November and December 2025. Vatican officials and African church leaders say the upcoming papal tour in Africa is a sign of the priority the church places on the continent. About 20% of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics live on the continent, according to Vatican statistics. And now to entertainment news. Singer Ahmed Ololade, known as Asake in the music world, has emerged as Nigeria's most streamed artist, according to Spotify, as it marks its 5th anniversary in Nigeria. The announcement also highlighted top songs, user engagement, and overall listening trends, reflecting the massive growth of music streaming in Nigeria. Spotify shared the milestone on Monday via its official social media accounts, giving details on the platform's performance in Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. A post on X is quoted as saying, quote, 5 years ago, we launched Spotify in Nigeria. Since then, there's been 1.4 billion hours streamed in 2025 alone, and over 25 million playlists created, end of quote. The data from Spotify shows Asake as topping Nigeria's most streamed artist, followed by Wizkid, Sheyi Vibes, Burna Boy, and Davido, highlighting the continued dominance of Afrobeats in the country. Among songs, Ashake's Remember leads with Dealer by Ayomaf and Fireboy DML, Awolowo by Fido, Kese Dance by Wizkid, and Lonely at the Top by Asake, rounding out the top 5. Nigeria also recorded 25 billion user-generated playlists over 5 years, surpassing Kenya's 9.5 million and Ghana's 3.7 million. As day 5 of the Niger Delta Sports Festival Edo 2026 saw host state Edo extend its dominance on the medal table with outstanding performances across swimming, wrestling, weightlifting, boxing, athletics, tennis, and volleyball. Breaking a 24-year drought in swimming, Edo athletes secured multiple gold medals, while wrestling and weightlifting delivered strong podium finishes, including multiple gold wins in various weight categories. The state also impressed in boxing and tennis with victories in key finals, and both male and female volleyball teams advancing to their respective finals. As of day 6, Edo leads the standings with 33 gold, 16 silver, and 17 bronze medals, ahead of Delta and Bayelsa states, reinforcing its position as the standout performer of the festival. And with our sports news, we come to the end of today's edition of TVM's Metro Update. For more updates throughout the day, please follow us on our digital platforms and stay tuned to TVM for trusted news and, of course, in-depth coverage. I remain yours sincerely, Fred O'Neill. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.
Welcome to Dursag Engineering and Services Limited. A trusted name in the oil and gas industry, proudly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since the year 2000. We hold several specialized permits with the Department of Petroleum Resources, are accredited with service and product codes by NIPEX, certified by Dun & Bradstreet, and proudly ISO 9001:2015 certified. Our head office is strategically located at 43 Airport Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. At Dursag, our areas of expertise cut across critical sectors, including manpower sourcing and supply, both local and highly trained expatriate personnel, engineering services across civil, electrical, instrumentation, and mechanical works, construction and fabrication works, specialized procurement and supply, operations and maintenance services, and integrated marine.
As we all know, social media has done quite a lot for this generation, and we will accept that it has also boosted so many businesses. Today, I'll be talking about the ups and downs of the digital hustle. Simply put, the ups and downs of online businesses. I have with me in the studio an amazing personality, a career woman, and also a business this other than herself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope your hands are not too busy. Join me as I welcome Miss Rachel Akpioma. Hello, Miss Rachel.
Hello, Mara.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of On the Couch. All right, so today we'll be discussing the ups and downs of online business, like I said earlier. And you know, On the Couch is a conversational segment. It's a conversational segment where we talk about anything and everything, unfiltered and unhinged. We discuss, we relax, and we discuss anything that pertains to human beings. Business, politics, relationships, what have you. We discuss everything and anything. You can always reach out to us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram. Follow us through and enjoy our content so that you can be entertained and educated, because on this episode we will entertain you as well as educate you. All right, Miss Rachel, let me start with you. I understand that you're in the online business space and you are doing exploits at the moment.